Hello friends, good to have you here on this channel. We want to present a very important subject. Who will build the cat? It's all about powering your entrepreneurial drive here. And I remain your facilitator, Dr. Marco Achukwujide. Now, I want to start with a very important question. Why do we bother acquiring entrepreneurial skills? Well, people may have different views to this question. But to keep it simple, for me, I think it is to end comfortable life. And that is why people acquiring entrepreneurial skills can be likened to investors. Of course, they are investing in the skills for gainful return. Now, let me start with a very interesting story. Some of you know this story. The story of the mouse and the cat in a store. There was an old man in a village. He lived in a house where he had a good number of mice in the house, and they were there disturbing him. The master of the house was so annoyed and made a plan on how to get rid of them. He had a store. They attack his produce, they attack his products, they attack his goods, and they worry him in that store. So he made a plan on how to eliminate all of them. And so he bought a cat, put the cat in the store, put the cat in the house. And the cat began to destroy these little animals. Of course, the mice were so worried, distressed by the presence of the cat. And so they had to call a family meeting to decide on how to deal with this issue. The fact that every day their number was reducing, and it was so annoying that this cat was killing them day by day. So what did they decide to do? Many of them brought different suggestions on what to do, and of course, many of such suggestions were rejected. At last, one intelligent mouse got up and proposed that a bell should be hung around the cat's neck so that they might always know in advance when she would be coming and then be able to escape. This proposal was greeted with great applause and approved immediately by everyone in the meeting. Then comes an old mouse who had been sitting silent during the whole meeting. He came up to say, "Wow, what a brilliant idea you have shared here. I really consider the plan very innovative, and it would without doubt end this trouble. It will succeed." But he said to them, "I have one short question to ask everyone." And guess the question? He said, "Which of you will put the bell around the neck of the cat?" Immediately the meeting came to an end. Nobody was ready to stake his life to take up that task. Few lessons from the story. Life is full of challenge, friends. My friend, I tell you, life is full of challenge. Acknowledging that life is full of challenge is the first step towards becoming successful in anything you want to do. Again, it's also important to note that it is very easy to talk about things. Talking about entrepreneurship, talking about your plan to acquire skill, talking about the actions you will take is very easy to talk about things. But taking action is often difficult. And I bet you many visions, many great ideas that would have turned people's fortune to something great and a huge blessing to their generation have only died because it didn't go beyond talking. Now, people try to avoid risks in life. Well, you could say it's human to do so. Avoidance of risks seems to be part of our nature. However, it actually takes risks to get lasting solution in life. It takes someone who has decided to take risks to succeed with a solution that will bless his generation. And that is why I want to call your attention to this issue of thinking outside the box. Yeah, thinking within the box could mean like thinking as like every other person, trying to suggest every other solution anybody is suggesting. But it takes people who accept that they are responsible for their success. They are responsible for their failure to think outside the box. As long as you keep blaming people for your failure, keep giving glory to people for your success, it may become difficult for you to think outside the box. It takes such a person to bring innovative solution. Now, for instance, if you are trapped in a corner and your life is at stake, you quickly may not be able to imagine how quickly your brain will process your way of succeeding or surviving that situation. And that is why thinking outside the box actually means thinking in an original or creative way, not just following the norms. It means thinking imaginatively, using new ideas instead of traditional or expected ideas. Think of that challenge you are facing. Can you think of a different way to come out of it? You will be thinking outside the box if you do so. What is the entrepreneurial burden? An entrepreneur is concerned with identifying opportunities related to the satisfaction of needs. Human needs are everywhere. Everywhere you go, you see the needs, what people need. And entrepreneurs try to find a way of making sure that that need is met in a way that is gainful, in a way that is profitable. The entrepreneurial spirit emphasizes exploring, research, innovation, as opposed to exploitation of business opportunities. People who are typical businessmen know how to exploit people, exploit the customers, the clients. But an entrepreneur tries to find innovative way, searches for that solution to meet the need of that person who is in need in a way that the person is able to part with some money to appreciate the solution put on the table by the entrepreneur. What does it take to succeed as an entrepreneur? Of course, we know the norms. The vision is needed. Goal is important. Plan is also needed. But except you take action, success will be nowhere to be found. Action is the last thing before success is achieved. Many people have great vision. Many people have great goals. Many people can sketch their ideas, their plans. But until you take action, success will remain a dream. So be courageous. Put your mind to work. Perhaps you have not taxed your mind enough. That is why you are still where you are. Think outside the box. Think imaginatively. Strive to become a very successful entrepreneur. You are really the one who can bear the cats around you. Except you do, no one does it for you. The best way of starting is by starting, no matter how small. Final remarks here, friend. Some discoveries have shown how creative human minds can be if we put our minds to work. Put your mind to work. You can be successful. Yes, you can be a successful entrepreneur. The power is in your hands. And you know what? Your success story will inspire many. Of course, that will be after you have overcome the initial challenges. So, friend, don't give up. You will overcome. At most, you go around the obstacle, or you change your strategy, or you change your focus. As your friends, many of us are waiting and trusting for your success story because we know it will come. Thank you very much. Merci. Dalo. See you next time. Cheers.